I'm going to be laying out in front of you in this video all the tools and ideas that I'm working on right now in the cryptocurrency space. So we're going to go to a pretty scary place. We're going to go into my mind, and I want to lay out for you all the tools I'm working on and why. And part of the reason for that is because a lot of you wrote to me based on the last video where I actually showed you behind the scenes of the triangular arbitrage tool that I've been building, what that data looked like, what do the results actually look like. And so a lot of people wrote in and they're like, hey Sean, I'm working on this bot. Hey Sean, I'm working on this. Can we talk about it? And I think that's fantastic. If that's the kind of response this got, this is great, because now we're collaborating, we're sharing ideas, we're sharing knowledge. And I think this is the whole point of this Crypto Wizards community and channel. So what I wanted to do is put this out there, because anyone who writes into me or anyone following this channel will have a very, very good idea of where I'm looking to go and what are the areas of opportunity that I am seeing. Let's talk about what these opportunities are and roll intro. Okay, so what is the actual vision here for Crypto Wizards? What are the tools that I'm working on right now, and why have I not released any tools in a long time? And that's what I want to talk about right now. You see, there's a lot of noise right now. There's a lot of noise when it comes to cryptocurrency tools. I get people sending me links to other tools out there. They're excited by, etc. Then I look into it and I'm like, dude, you're going to lose your money. This is a waste of your time and a waste of your money. Anyone who's willing to just pump out a new and exciting tool that's going to make you rich overnight is clearly just trying to take your money. So that's the first thing that I want to say. Now, I know a lot of you are going to feel kind of bitter by that. I'm not expecting a lot of positive response in this video, but I just want to be very real. The reason why I've not put out a new tool right now is because unless I make money myself using that tool, I will not put that tool out. It needs to make money. If it's not making money, then what is the point? So unless I can justify and show you that it's made money, I'm not going to put the tool out. And there's a lot of failures I've had along the way that I've not even shown you that I've been working on. I've been analyzing so many different areas in this market space. And so what I want to do is talk about some of the areas in this video that I found actually will likely make money. And those are the areas that I'm working on right now. So that's very exciting. Now, when approaching a task like this, something very important to have in mind is an anchor point. And that anchor point for me is time. You see, I believe that if you're going to spend time on a platform like Crypto Wizards and you're going to spend time using any tool, in exchange for that time, you need to get paid. Time is the one asset that you have that is constantly running out. And I think us as human beings, we way undervalue our time. So there is only one metric, there is one metric that I'm using right now to decide whether a tool is worth putting out or not. And that one metric is make money on demand. In other words, if you turn up, do you walk away with more cash than what you turned up with? And if the tool doesn't help you do that, I will not put it out. And so that is the one metric. So you need to know the reason why I've been slow at getting tools out there is because I haven't found a tool that guarantees that. The reason why I put ArbScan out is because arbitrage does guarantee that. Like if you exchange time for money with arbitrage, you'll get that. But ArbScan's not perfect either. And we're going to talk about that because there's a lot of coins you can't transfer, which isn't great, right? So that's a lot of time for a little bit of money. And so that is something that I'm really focused on at the moment. How do we enhance these tools? How do we make them better? How do we make sure that when you turn up, you walk away with more than you turned up with? So if it doesn't hit this metric, I will not invest in it. I will not put it out. And I recommend the same for you. If you're looking at tools to buy out there, if you're looking at the next cryptocurrency arbitrage tool or trading bot, etc. And we're going to talk about trading bots in other videos because this is a very important topic. But if you're looking at any of these tools, I highly recommend that if it doesn't meet this metric, don't waste your time. Don't spend money on courses and tools that don't end up giving you this metric, because it's your time. If you want to exchange time for money, you'd be better off stacking shelves than trading if you're not making money. So that is the most important metric. And so the tools that I want to present to you fall within this category. These are things that I'm looking to put out there that I believe will help you to get this one metric. And so what are these tools? Finally, let's get to the tools. Now that we've gone through all of that, The tools are as follows. The first area is arbitrage. So when I'm talking about arbitrage, I'm talking about a mechanism that again allows you to exchange time for money. And the areas in arbitrage I'm looking to do are very, very different to what you've seen out there already, because the thing with arbitrage is once everyone's doing it, it becomes less effective. So TriScan, I've already taken you through. I've shown you behind the scenes, and I've figured out that I really need to be tracking exchanges that aren't very commonly used in order for that to become effective. So that's going to be a nice to have tool that alerts people anytime there is a good triangular arbitrage opportunity. But you know, that's a nice to have. That's just some icing on the cake. Self-scan is going to be a derivative of that. Self-scan is going to be the tool where you literally drop down whatever exchange you want to see, and it will analyze that exchange in real time and show you whether or not there's a triangular arbitrage opportunity. There and then it will go into the order book, it will figure out the optimum amount of US dollars to trade for you, and it will spit that out for you. Now on the back end, most of this is already built. So there's a few kinks that I still am working on ironing out, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much built, like it's ready for deployment on the front end, but I'm not going to deploy it quite yet. Now this will be a useful tool because it's going to allow people to select an exchange where a lot of people don't have that ability. So it's going to allow you to unturn stones that most other people can't do. They don't have the bandwidth, and they certainly can't manually do it. So that's certainly going to give you an edge. So these first two tools are like the icing on the cake. They're the nice to haves. The XScan is going to be the upgrade from ArbScan. So XScan is verified exchange transfer. Now, how have I actually figured out how to solve this problem? You know, how do I now know what coins are verified as being transferable or not? Because that is really what the problem was with ArbScan. Well, the way I've done that is to hire a team of people who have actually been going onto the exchanges and manually documenting what is transferable and what is not. Like, it's manual. That's the only way I've figured out how to get across that problem. And if you have a better way, please write into me and let me know. But that's the way I figured out how to do it. This is how you know you can place that trade, because a human has actually been there and checked it for you. Yes, I've been doing that. I've been spending money, hiring a team to go through that to check it. So that's XScan, and I'm very excited about that. Here's the next one, SmartScan. And by the way, I might end up changing all these names, but SmartScan is smart contract arbitrage. How do you like them apples? Smart contract arbitrage is using an exchange that doesn't use an order book. And it's going to be doing arbitrage against 3 exchanges that do use an order book against this one exchange that does not. And the reason why I'm so excited about this, and I've been testing it in the background, is because, again, no one's looking at this. Like, no one is thinking about smart. Who would have thought about smart contract arbitrage? This is why I'm excited about that. Now, that is still very much in its infancy, as is PutScan, which is put call parity arbitrage. This will be one of the last tools to come on, but it's still very much on my radar for testing, etc. Now, you got to know I'm still going through the testing of all of these. And if they don't hit the one most important metric, which is make money on demand, they don't get deployed. But you just need to know these are what I'm working on. These are the tools that I believe will hit that metric. And so that's what I'm working on right now. So that's arbitrage. Then we get to momentum. So there is an area right now that I really believe people are missing. There is a trading strategy right now in the market space that I think is absolutely gold that I don't see anyone talking about. And that is using momentum for shorting. Now, shorting can be very dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, it can actually be very safe, and it can make you a lot of money with very little risk if done correctly. And so the tool here called XShift is going to track cryptos that are going parabolic. Like, I mean, just parabolically up. And then what it's going to do is actually look at the social sentiment to see that, okay, this is a pump, this is hype. What I'm also looking to do with it is to put in an algo that actually tracks whether there's some front running going on. In other words, people starting to buy up this coin quietly, so that it can actually spit out, hey, here's a parabolically upward moving crypto that is primed for shorting, and here's the amount of risk you should take on that for the amount of reward you should gain. And so XShift is something I'm very excited about, because for the actual traders, not the arbitrage traders, but for the actual traders, you know, anyone who's traded penny stocks will know more about this type of strategy. And if you get the psychology right, again, you're going to walk away with low risk, high reward, high probability, and you're going to make money. So I want to talk about the mathematics on that nearer the time, but this is a tool I'm very excited about. So the next tool is going to be more of a dashboard. It's going to be a one-page market hub. And what do I mean by that? It's a one-stop shop that takes all the best information from other sources and puts it on one page. Tells you everything you need to care about at a glance, so that within 3 to 10 seconds, you can look at that page and know exactly what's happening in the market and move on, so that you can understand the context of the market before you go into trading any of these other strategies. You understand the context. You can just see at a glance, social sentiment is this, market sentiment is that, news is saying that, open interest is that, money flow in is that. It's just going to tell you at a glance what's going on with the market, so that you can go and make trading decisions. Because there's so much information out there, but let's just concise that into a one-page report that tells you everything you need to know. Like, let's just do that. It'll make everyone's life much easier. So it's less of a trading tool, but I think it's going to be very, very useful when it comes to actually understanding the market at a glance, so that you can just save time. Again, time for money. It helps with the time side. So I'm very excited about that. The final one that I've been working on over the last week is a deep learning algorithm. So I'm calling it SyncMind right now. It's a terrible name. I'd appreciate some suggestions of a better name. But there are enough bots out there. By the way, 99% of bots don't make money. Like, despite what you're seeing on their marketing, they don't make money. What I'm trying to develop here is not a bot. It is going to be an indicator, one indicator to rule them all. And the reason for that is it's going to take into account all the items that calculate other indicators. So it's going to take into account the open order book, the trading history, volume, price of other cryptos, etc. It's going to take all of that into account. Now, this is using something called a recurrent neural network. And if you don't know what that is and you want me to do a video on this, I'd be more than happy to, because I'm getting very into machine learning, deep learning, and AI at the moment. It's fascinating. And I'm already testing this on Google's stock price. So I'm going to get this right for something that's a little less volatile, like Google's stock price, before I go and migrate it over to crypto. But essentially what it's going to do is allow you to see whether or not the cryptocurrency price is likely to go up or down in the next bar, whether it's the next day or the next hour. I'm still deciding, I'm still fine tuning and testing that. But not only that, it's going to give you the probability. So it's going to tell you the probability based on analyzing tens of thousands of rows of data. In other words, like 10,000 hours of trading. It's going to know that. Now put this akin to having 1,000 people, 1,000 traders who have traded over and over and over and over again, analyzing the current setup right now and telling you, giving you their aggregated probability of what that price is likely to do. That is what this algo is going to do. And I've been working on it and I'm very excited about it. So it is more of an indicator, but it's an indicator that looks out the front window and looks at all aspects of that front window. It looks at the trees, it looks at the road, it looks at the signs, and it works out based on all of those and based on what happened in the past with all of those metrics, what is likely to happen next. So how exciting is that? So this is the vision. This is the vision for Crypto Wizards. These are the things that I'm working on. I hope that clarifies where my focus is. Remember, the only metric I care about is make money on demand. Is that what this tool allows you to go in and do? You go in and you get out, and when you get out, the cash bag is bigger. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you found this very useful. I love giving you the insight into what I'm working on and what I'm thinking. So definitely write in, definitely post comments, and until the next one, take care. Talk soon.